I take it this was a paternity, or this was a collection case.
Yes, Judge, if I may.
Yes, and then we've got a 24 JC 4. So yes, which I think when we looked at that case, it required that an order be filed. In my case, that was consistent with the sink court. But go ahead.
Yes, Judge. So
Why you filed
essentially,
this joinder motion.
essentially, while we're here, Judge, is so through a sink court, um, Mr. Marlar was found to be the father of Hazelyn Blades, um, in which the sink court gave Mr. Marlar full custody of uh, Miss Blades. So, in such, we'd be here today asking that those orders be adopted in this court here. We'd also ask that the birth certificate include Carson Marlar as father. He's been determined to be biological father. And additionally, Mr. Marlar wants to seek a name change from Hazelyn Rose Blades to Hazelyn Rose Marlar.
I
And
think
then,
the current state of the law requires an agreement by mom and dad to change the name unless her rights have been terminated.
her rights have not been terminated, Your Honor. However, she was given notice of this hearing here today. So she's in custody, Judge. Long of the short, without going into too much detail, there were some rather graphic things I'm not going to broadcast over YouTube that mother was engaging in with the child. And that's why custody was given to father.
Where is she in custody at?
Lyon County, Your Honor, Emporia.
Well, I'm gonna have to reserve ruling on the name change today for you to submit a legal memorandum to me to see if you can rectify. You know, there is the not the VAP, but it's like a VAP. Amy, what is that form?
It's a VS 211.
Yeah, there's the VS 211. And that requires, I believe, both signatures to add a father and change the last name to a birth certificate. But that can be done. We've had parents file a name change under Chapter 60, where the other parent gets notice. And if there hasn't been any significant contact for a significant period of time, the court has done a name change. But the rules are different depending on the context. And so I think in, you know, and this is more of an original collection case as opposed to custody litigation. I'm not sure that the sink court had the authority to do a name change, but obviously I'm required to adopt whatever standing orders remained in the sink case, which I have no problem adopting. But I'm gonna have to reserve ruling on the name change if you can provide me with a legal memorandum, so I know what my legal options are. For the record, Amy, there was personal service of her. I don't know where, but the address used is 425 Mechanic Street.
That's the jail.
That is
That's the jail.
I'm confused too, because there are two different records showing in Vineland for Lyon County as well as Greenwood County. Same name, same age, and she's showing in custody in both of those, so I'm not quite sure where she's at between the two.
She
Well,
isn't, she isn't.
sometimes they can be
Lyon.
Greenwood and be held in Lyon,
Right. They usually
or
just,
Butler.
yeah, it'll usually, I don't think I've ever seen it say in custody in two different jails though. So,
Has, she tried to make any contact with us?
no,
I suppose you could send her a quick letter that, you're asking for her consent or the name change, or in the alternative, you're gonna seek a court order. I mean,
She was given a copy of the motion as well, Judge.
I haven't done name changes by default, honestly.
Mhm. Understood, Your Honor.
Not in this,
Context. Yes.
okay, I see. 8. Notice of hearing. First of June 26. The sync order. Motion. Filed May 12th of 25. Okay. So Amy, maybe you can tell, I can't tell, I have a sheriff's return that they personally served her, but I don't know what they served her with.
unfortunately, when these returns are filed, they don't typically encompass the document that was served with it. So I don't know the answer to that, Judge.
And I don't see an actual notice of hearing for today's date.
There was one filed on 5/13,
Yeah, but it has,
June.
oh, there we go. June 15th at 10:30. Okay, you're right. You were notified that on February 4th, 2026, a motion was filed. June 15th. So that has to be what was served.
Right, with the motion that Mr. McClendon
Okay.
filed, I assume on 2/4 of 26
Okay.
with the notice, and then it was returned on 6/1.
And we haven't heard from her.
We have
You know,
not.
that's always an iffy situation too, when they come back and claim, well, I didn't have the ability to appear. I was locked up. You knew I was locked up. On the other hand, people fill out Form 9s and we get letters from people in custody all the time, objecting to things, wanting to participate. We do orders, sometimes, not often, but in civil matters, we will make arrangements for them to appear by Zoom if they properly requested in advance. So just do that. I'm going to find paternity. I'm going to order sole custody. I'm going to do all the orders that you requested in this case, with the exception of the name change being reserved for further ruling by the court when you just provide me with your position in a legal memorandum that the court has the authority to do that this way under the law by default. Fair enough?
That, I think that'll work for today's purposes, Judge. And if we need to, we can go 60 route on that. But I don't see why we couldn't, but I'll make sure.
Okay, sounds good. Anything further today? Okay, I'm sorry I kept you folks waiting. Mr. McLean and I were in another hearing that started at 10 that went a little longer than anticipated. So, but thank you for your patience.